slechtste ervaring.
Alright, so what you're about to listen to contains some explicit language, adult themes that are not suitable for them youngins, under 18. Discretion is strongly advised, but it's fun.
Thoughts with Chel.
Hey, spooky bitches.
Sorry, I'm getting comfy. Hey, spooky bitches.
Hey, sluts. It's spook season, but not by the time we post this.
The spookiest thing is we're all PMS-ing.
So PMS-ing and PMS-ing
What is that
right
from?
now.
So Colton was over and we had that wine we all like, the pink Moscato Sangria. And he's like, we're all PMS-ing because we were down in it.
We were like nippling off the bag. So now when we have that wine, we say we're PMS-ing. Our pink Moscato Sangria.
That's so lame.
And we're all PMS-ing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're having a good time. It is Halloween today, so we're celebrating.
Chel's Amy Winehouse.
I dressed up as Amy Winehouse.
So not too much different from my regular look.
I just had to really, really wrap my hair.
But so
more.
far, the liner's down.
The liner's down. So yeah, it's been fun. Okay, not really.
And also the most depressing Halloween ever.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, 'tis the season. Soup spooks. Spooky.
Season of the bitch.
So we
I didn't
have...
realize we'd be talking so much about you.
Yeah, Chel, get over your fucking self.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. We have some spooky stories for y'all today.
We do.
Well, kind of. I actually don't know what Nick's gonna be fucking talking about.
Okay, I wanted to talk about what we've all been.
Oh.
For Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was only one year where I really went all out.
No, there's been a few. I remember you went as Pee Wee Herman one year.
Oh, yeah.
And then you had, yeah.
Before he was a perv.
And then those, like, D.I., like, suit.
And she spray painted him.
Yeah.
We were just so into it. It was perfect.
Everybody loved it, though.
I know. Colton probably has the best Halloween
For real.
costumes.
Hands down.
Tell everyone what you've been.
Well, I only remember when I was the prostitute. Remember when we had my high school dance?
Yeah.
And that one girl asked me, and then she went as the cop, and I went as the hooker. And so Chel did my makeup.
I did Colton's makeup, and it was so fun.
And I was so
And then
fab.
we found out that Colton looks just like me.
It was kind of scary. I remember I wore that fucking tight ass corset and high heels.
Yeah.
And I remember there was this, we were at the dance, so of course I was sweaty, and we were outside just taking our break because it was fucking hot. Yeah. And there was this one kid was like, wow, your costume's great. You even got the boobs. I'm like, I don't have boobs.
Shut up.
I'm like, this corset's just pushing everything up. They're plump. And I was so insulted. I was like, ow.
They're real.
I'm like, I know they are plump and fabulous right now, but it still hurt.
Yeah.
I'd be so offended.
He's like, wow. But no, he legit thought I stuffed and made boobs out of it.
Jesus.
So it was funny because, I didn't, but it also really cut deep.
Because it wasn't.
Anyway, so it wasn't that spooky.
And
and now I'm
tell him
hurting
he
again.
looked like a jackass?
Chel, no.
Did you tell him, oh, I didn't know you were a jackass for Halloween?
Chel, it was fine. It was quite funny.
Well, I remember Colton went as John Smith from Pocahontas.
Oh, yeah.
And then you went with Kel.
And it was perfect because I had, like, blonde, long hair.
Yeah.
And then Kel had long, black hair.
Yeah, and she's Pocahontas.
It was so fucking funny. Oh, my God.
How do I remember more costumes than you?
Cole, I don't know. I feel like all my Halloweens just...
What was that one that you and Lisa did together where you wore...
a few years ago, she was Skeletor and I was He-Man.
Yeah, He-Man.
Oh my gosh, that one was
I'll
great.
get you, He-Man.
And he prays! That one was a good one.
Yeah, that was
I mean, you guys tell me, what else have I been?
What else has Colton been?
What have you been, Nick?
I know I was Jack Sparrow, but, like, fuck, who wasn't?
Yeah. You went as
But
Austin
yours-
Powers once.
Oh, I did?
That
Yeah.
was funny.
Mom got me those, like, magnifying glasses that really, like, made my eyes bulge,
Yeah,
too.
that was so funny, but they, like, fucked your eyes up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I haven't really, like, gone all out. I'll, like, do my makeup as something, but I'm not, like, wearing a costume.
I've been a slutty cat. Chel also did my makeup for that one.
That was fun.
literally the last time I shaved my face.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh, I do remember one time I was working at a theater and they're like, come dressed up, it's encouraged. I'm like, oh shit. So I went through our little Halloween box that had like all our past Halloween.
Oh, that's
I found some like
gold.
kitten ears and then I think an old tutu. So I pulled up those with some tights. And then I'm like tearing tickets. I'm like, theater's on the right. Nice costume. Thanks.
Thanks, I know. Well, yesterday when I was at work, I was going to the bathroom and I passed this guy. He was wearing this costume. I think he was a she-devil because he had the tutu and tights and heels on. And I was like, oh my gosh, yes.
Wow.
It's so funny.
God, this was literally the first year I didn't like ever get a costume or like attempt to dress up.
I haven't for a
My
long
party
time.
was canceled. Well, for good reason.
Yeah, we had like a huge day in Uprising.
Chel, you're bumming me out.
Okay, sorry, we won't talk about that.
Shut up, you stupid, depressing bitch.
All right. Okay, so
Do you have any funny Halloween
no,
stories?
all of mine are just like actual spooky things.
Oh,
I've got a few.
Okay.
I've got one.
Well, do we have funny ones we want to do first?
yeah, I'll do mine
'Kay.
because it was and it was funny because Ricky was the one that told me about it, and I forgot so many details, but basically we were, it was when she lived in that neighborhood next to that elementary school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't that house haunted? in
Yeah.
Oh,
itself?
fuck yeah, it was. Anyway, so we go out because we were going to play some night games at the little playground, which fucking fun. I remember that.
Yeah, I love
Anyway, so our friends bailed, and so it was just me and Ricky hanging out at the playground, and we see a car pull up, and we're just like, okay. And then we see a guy get out and start walking, and Ricky's like, okay, so if he starts walking any closer, like, we need to run or something. And I'm like, yeah, got it. Mm-hmm. And so I'm just, like, watching, and I'm like, okay. And he's like, Avi, walking closer. And I'm like, shit, God, how close is too close? Like, and then I look back, and Ricky's already halfway down the hill! She was booked it! She left me! And so
You're like, okay, Ricky, now's a good time to
I was
run.
like, okay, Ricky, so
Ricky?
it seems like a good time to run. Ricky? Oh shit! So I start running, but like I was like out of breath because like it was cold and my asthma.
And my asthma.
And anyway, so it was her older brother Charlie that was just playing the prank on
what
us.
a fucking
and he
twat.
yeah, I know. And it was so annoying because it scared the shit out of us. And Ricky was calling the cops.
Oh, shit.
Ricky does not fuck around.
So Ricky was prepared. I just wish she would have told me a little bit more.
Yeah, she could have let you in on the plan.
Yeah.
Maybe gave me a cue,
Yeah.
something. But so it was
She's
fine.
on it though.
But it was so I don't even know if it was Halloween, but it was like so scary.
That would be
and
scary.
then he just starts laughing, and then we're just like, that fucker.
What
Fuck
a dick.
him.
God, I know.
That pissed me off.
It was traumatizing.
Well, actually, that ties into what happened to me and Logan once. He was living with like some roommates at the time, and it was in an apartment building, and he lived on the second floor. There's no way to get up there besides like taking the stairs and entering into the front door. And then the balcony has a bedroom door that leads into a bedroom. So it has 2 doors on the balcony. One that leads in the living room. So we're chilling out just in the living room, and actually no one's home. It's just me and Logan. And we're watching From Dusk Till Dawn. And it was a long-ass movie. Anyways, we're just chilling on the couch. We kind of we heard a noise from the door, but like we didn't know what it was. And the door was shut, like the front door, so we didn't know what that was. So we kind of shrugged it off. And then a little, 15, 20 minutes later, so there's a hallway that leads to all the bedrooms. And I see the hallway light, like a red light shining in the hallway. It kind of was it was weird, like something vibrant was shining. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, Logan, did you see that? And he's like, no. And I was like, okay, weird. And then a few moments later, we hear a door creaking in the hallway to one of the bedrooms. And we're like, what in the fuck? We're kind of freaked out. So we turn on all the lights in the living room and in the hallway, and Logan grabs a knife. and he goes down the hallway, peeks around the corner to look into one of the bedrooms, and the door slams shut. And Logan's like, fuck this, we're out of here. And I'm like, yeah, we're fucking out of here. Fuck this. So I grabbed my purse, and I didn't take my shoes or anything, but I grabbed my purse. Logan grabbed, I think he had the remote or something, I don't remember. But we were just so scared and terrified of what just happened, and we bailed. But at the time we were leaving, gathering our shit, all the other doors in the other bedrooms were closing. It was so fucking scary. So we're fucking running around, and Logan's trying to call one of his friends. And he calls, and the phone, no joke, makes this weird noise. This beep, 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 and then hangs up. And I'm like, what the fuck? So we're now terrified. We're like, what the hell's going on? At this time, Logan's friend Quinn keeps calling his phone. And he's like, why the fuck is Quinn calling me? And he keeps declining the call because we're busy. We're getting haunted. Busy. We're getting haunted. Running around in the cold trying to just calling people. Logan finally answers the call from Quinn, and he's all, hey, what? The craziest thing just happened. And Quinn's like, come back, dude, come back. It was us, come back. And so we're like, what in the fuck?
He was ready to knife one of them.
Yeah! We were so scared. So we fucking go back up, and they're all in there. So there's Logan's other friends, Dan and Jax, and they all were in on it. And what they did was they climbed the balcony, they climbed the wall to get to the second balcony floor, which is pretty high up. Like,
That's commitment.
Yeah, that's commitment. So they all did that, and then they went into the apartment from that bedroom, that master bedroom. Yeah.
Damn.
And they snuck in.
That's
Those
scary.
bastards.
Yeah, I know. It was pretty wild. We were so pissed. We're like, what the fuck? We were so scared. Me and Logan don't fuck around with that shit. We're like, nope, we're out of here.
No.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, but Logan, like, lived in this really creepy house they rented, so his roommates moved out of that apartment, and then they got a little house to rent. So Logan was living in that house with a few roommates, and that house was creepy as fuck. I swear it was haunted. So, like, you know when you're just sitting at home or somewhere and you can, like, you just don't feel alone. You feel like someone's watching you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I felt that all the time there. Like, it was awful.
Ugh.
And then one night, me and Logan, we were just, like, sitting on the stairs. And, like, we just felt this really unnerving, like, sad feeling, and then, like, a really cold breeze came through us.
Ooh.
Yeah. And one time, I actually, like, I planned a bachelorette party there once. They let me do that. They were very nice to do that. And I like, went there to, like, pre-plan, like, get things ready, and I ran upstairs and then grabbed something from Logan's room, and then on my way back, I closed one of the other roommates' doors because I just didn't want anyone to go in there. So then I closed it, and then I went back down, grabbed some other stuff, and then I had to go back up, and I go back, and the door's, like, open. I was like, it was so creepy. I'm just like, okay.
I'll ignore that.
Yeah.
God.
And no one else was at the house while I was setting up. But we also took a picture that night. I don't know if we still have that picture, but it had, like, a kajillion orbs in it.
Wow.
It was so weird. Like, I wish I had it.
I want to go to a haunted place. I haven't been thrilled for so long.
I know.
Same.
The one time me and Jessica moved in together, it was our first apartment. And, like, it was a pretty big place. It had a washer and dryer room. It was pretty big. But anyway, we were moving our stuff in, and I'm like, oh my God. There's little black hairs coming from, like, the attic access.
Oh, fuck
And
that.
so I grabbed them and, like, tugged them down. I'm like, what the fuck?
You hear a head hit.
But then, like, I opened it up, and, like, not very much, because I was just standing on a bucket. And I opened it up, and there was more hair.
No.
Black hair. I'm like, oh shit, this is like from something out of The Grudge or something.
Yeah.
Like,
absolutely.
So I'm just like, So we pulled the remaining hairs from the attic that were visible and just closed it, never sent it anything.
Oh my
And
God.
Jessica got so creeped out when she'd do laundry in there. She's like,
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, that little
it was
laundry room was
creepy.
scary.
I know.
Yeah, that apartment was just sketch in general.
For sure.
So sketch.
For sure.
Call. I think
Yeah.
the only thing spooky about that apartment was the fucking AC that broke.
Oh,
That
yeah,
was
that was
terrible.
awful.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh. And then fucking our neighbor, I go out because I was working the night shift. So I'd go out there, and he was just, like, sitting by the door, because it was like the doors were next to each other to enter the apartments. So he was just sitting on the, like, doorway, and I'm like, oh, hey, what's going on, man? It's like, my girlfriend kicked me out, and I'm just waiting for the kids to go to school so I can talk to her. I'm like, okay, that's not creepy.
Yeah.
But me being the nice guy, I'm like, well, can I drive you anywhere? Do you need to go anywhere while you wait? He's like, yeah, could you drive me to Murray? I'm like, I'm not going that way, no.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, I guess I'll just wait here then. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Anyway, we'd always hear him fighting. And, like, the one time we were so concerned, I put my ear against the wall and, like, I hear, "You're choking me. You're choking me." I'm like, oh my God. Like, oh my God.
Like, either this is a wild sex party or this bitch might be trying to kill him. Then you're like, it's none of my business.
But then I heard, like, "You never pay me back for the heroin." And I'm like,
no.
holy shit. I'm like, do I call the cops? Do I get involved? I'm like, I don't want to.
Those apartments were so sketchy.
They were.
The first day we were moving you in, we were watching people off your balcony garbage dive.
I know.
It was great. I mean, I had great entertainment. It was great people watching.
Oh, for sure. And it was. But it started to get too real.
Yeah.
And then, anyway, like, so, like, he'd, like, knock on our door every once in a while. And, like, the one time I talked to him, I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Hey, do you guys have Wi-Fi?" I'm like, "I really need to connect to a Wi-Fi." I'm like, "Actually, we just disconnected ours because we were paying too much for it, so we don't have
You're like,
that
"Oh,
this
we
time."
just
You know, I really
disconnected.
just played it off, and we totally did. I can't live without Wi-Fi. And
Fuck.
so he's like, "All right, well," and he just, like, came in and, like, started talking. I'm like, oh my God.
Boundaries!
Who are you?
You're like,
So you had to move.
bubble.
You're breaking it.
I remember walking up to the stairs to your place and just seeing blood one time, and I'm
I
like,
know, and there's a story in that, too. Like, the next time I walked out, he was sitting on the porch like he always does. His wife kicked him out, obviously.
Yeah.
And he was beat to shit. Like, he had a black eye. He was
Oh
holding
my
his ribs. I'm like,
God.
what in the fuck?
God.
And then I come
This
down
poor
and there's like
guy.
blood splattered on the, because we lived on the 3rd floor apartment. There was blood
Fuck.
splattered going all the way up. I'm like, oh my God.
Did you see
Where-
him again?
Where did we?
Did he die after
He
that?
got stabbed, remember, in the apartment complex next door?
He got stabbed?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
So it was nice to move out of that.
He's like, yeah, I
place.
started bashing my head in the car, and he talked like a Californian. Yeah, I totally bashed my head in the car, and like the one time I drove home and I came home from work, and he's like, "Hey man, how's it going?" He's like, "Hey, has my wife been bringing anybody around? Like, you know, like
You should
somebody
have
that
stirred
came
the pot
in
and
the
been like,
apartment."
"Oh, you know what?
I should.
I
have.
did see like 2 other guys in there this morning,
I know.
and I
He
heard
probably
some loud
totally would have
humping."
That but I probably would have been like, he probably would have murdered someone, and it would have
You
been
hear
my
him
fault.
go in there, and you're like,
You bitch.
"Oh my God!" You're like, "Oh God!"
Oh my God, what did I do?
And you're like, "It's none of my business."
But he was just like, yeah, the one time I walked in there and it totally smelled like socks, and I'm like,
Socks.
socks.
You're like, "Well,
I'm like,
You're like, okay,
I mean,
dude.
I'm like, I work nights. I don't know. I mean,
He's like, yeah,
no.
that's when she's
He's
active.
like, well, maybe ask your girlfriend, you know. I'm like, okay.
you're like, okay."
Anyway,
Chad,
we
I
moved out
will."
before it got like
too crazy.
severe, so
Yeah.
I was happy to leave.
Yeah, that's a lot.
It smelled like sex. Totally smelled like disgusting romp in here.
Totally smells like mashed
Smells
potatoes
like
and gravy.
Someone dived in her lasagna.
It smells like a salmon dinner.
That's so funny.
Oh my God.
Just stir the fucking pot.
Oh my God, I would have been scared because he would have murdered somebody. Well, it's not Halloween related, but I was playing Diablo 3 in the morning, and like this one guy invited me, and he's my friend, but I have to have a headset because he likes talking to people, which I kind of hate because sometimes I just like playing and not talking.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's from Georgia, so he's got that accent. And
Yeah.
anyway, we're all playing together, and we're going through our, you know, little riffs, and I'm like, hold on, I gotta go get some more wine. So I took off my headset, and then I come back, I'm like, okay, because I was PMSing. And anyways, like, so what time do you live in where it's wine time? I'm like, anytime. I'm like, Utah. It's like, all right. Daytime drinker.
You're like, look.
Listen, George, are you judging me?
I work all weekend, and I just want to have a little wine in the morning.
It's so fucking... You, like, lecture him?
But he was just laughing. He's like, how's your wine?
How's your wine?
It's great.
Like, loving
Mind
it.
your business.
He was low-key Suits J. He wasn't PMSing.
Yeah. Jealous.
I meet some of the craziest people online.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I'm sure.
This one time, me and my friend were trick-or-treating. And, like, we had a pretty good haul. We had a lot of candy.
Yeah.
And we go to this one house. It was a really nice house. And it was, like, super decorated. Like, they went all out. They had, like, the spotlights with pumpkins on their house. And
Shit,
spider webs on their
candy
thing,
bars.
which was so scary.
Fuck yeah.
Anyway, we knock on the door. And it's a husband and wife. And they're dressed up like Dracula and Mrs. Dracula. And they were like, hello. And we're like, trick or treat. Well, which is it? A trick or treat?
Oh
I'm
my
like,
They
oh my
is. They're like-
Stop it.
Anyway, it was so bad. Like, I was so scared.
Oh my
You're
god.
like, I just came to get some fucking
I
candy.
just want candy.
Just give me the
Trick or
Butterfingers and let me go.
One bat.
You're like, please, sir, I just want-
Stop it.
One bat.
It's
Two
painful.
bats.
I can't do it.
Anyway, me and my friend were like, God, we should egg their house later.
Oh.
That'll teach them.
Oh.
That'll teach them to calm down a little. But it was just so awkward. I'm like, okay, let's stop.
Oh my gosh.
It might have been my last Halloween, honestly.
So you were like a good, hefty teenager at their door.
Trick or treat.
Well,
It was so bad. It was
Nick, just let them live their fucking life.
okay, but come on, calm down.
It's so funny. Just reminds you of what we do in the shadows.
No, but I do remember one time, you know the old Layton house? You probably don't, but I went trick-or-treating and Dad was walking us around
Yeah.
and he's like, we're not going to this house. And like, there was no lights and it was just really creepy. They weren't
Yeah.
decorated and I'm like, oh,
Probably don't have
okay.
candy.
I don't know if they were doing something shady, but Dad seemed really nervous about it.
Dad's instincts are really spot on with, like, devil shit. He has had actually some weird devilly things happen to him on his mission.
I know.
Really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
so our dad, he went on a mission. It's like
To England.
to England. It was a long time
Speaking
ago.
of Amy Winehouse, Chel.
Speaking of Amy Winehouse. But yeah, anyways, so Dad went on a mission to England for the LDS church. And he said that he, like, experienced a ton of, like, exorcist shit.
Damn.
Like, shit that is just so unexplainable and, like, devilly. Like,
I know. He said he went to this one lady's house and, like, blessed it. And, like, everything was okay. He said, like, everything was kind of calm after that. And then they'd get a call again, and it would happen again. And he said it was just the weirdest. Like, I got sick entering that.
Jesus.
I know.
That's creepy.
Creepy.
Yeah, Dad has some creepy ones. We'll have to have him on sometime.
We should.
for a
he dies.
spooky episode before he dies.
A spooks episode.
A spook episode with Greg.
I may as well tell. So it was that one night me and Elisa decided to go to a bar. And we drove there in my little Fiat. And it was just me and Elisa. I think we were meeting some friends there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we go to this bar. Everything's fine. We're good and shitty. We're sobering up. It's like 2 a.m. We're finally getting home. Or, no, we drove to my friend's house in the Fiat, and we took an Uber to the bar.
Got it.
And so we were leaving the bar. We get this Uber, and not, like, down the street, we didn't even make it, like, 5 minutes in. There was, like, we're stopped at this red light, and there's this guy that's all fucking bloody. And I'm like, and he's, like, wobbling towards the car, and I'm just like, oh, fucking shit. So I get out. And I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, what the fuck is going on? And he just can't even talk. And, like, I'm just, okay, let's go sit down. And I'm, like, holding his bloody-ass head. It looks like he just got wailed on.
Jesus.
And we fucking end up just... like, waiting for the cops, because I'm calling, Elisa's calling, and then they finally arrive, and they're like, what happened? But before they arrive, there was this guy that comes up to me, and was like, yeah, that motherfucker, like, just beat up his girlfriend or something, and I'm just like, I don't know what's going on, okay? I'm just holding this guy's head.
I just want to go home.
And so they finally, like, come and, like, take over. And so, by that time, it's, like, probably 3 a.m.
Jesus.
And so we finally get to the house, get my car, we're driving home, like, after that fucking long bar haul, and then that shit. And then we get in my car, we're driving, and then I hear it, dum, 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 dum. And then I'm like, Elisa, the tire pop. She's like, don't even say that. And I'm like... And then I, like, stop the music, and you hear the dun, dun, dun. And I'm like, no, it literally popped.
Yeah.
And so we're right on the freeway. Luckily, there's no one driving, so we're just driving slow off this exit. We stop at an IHOP and just get hot chocolate, and then end up calling Jessica. She was the only one that fucking answered.
Bless her
She's
heart.
like, hello? And she came and got us.
Bless her heart.
She's a real MVP. It's her birthday today. It was just meant to be.
It was a spooky birthday.
Halloween, baby.
She's 24.
And, yeah.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Jessica. Sister Jessica.
Sister.
Oh my god.
So, back on Dad, though. So,
I know, has anyone heard from him?
Oh, no.
I haven't.
I mean, I saw them on Facebook. They're
So
in
he's
Florida.
alive still. Oh.
Yeah, they're vacationing, so very alive.
Oh.
Just haven't heard from him. He's busy.
Well, alright then.
Okay.
Okay. So, anywho, I used to live with my dad. I forgot when it was. I think it was...
Don't even try to.
It was
remember.
forever ago. Anywho, I went and lived with him just because it was easier. It was by my work, and it worked out. It was wonderful. We had a great time. And Dad was actually working nights, so I actually rarely saw him because I was gone all day. I was working and going to school. So by the time I'd get home, he'd already had left. And I'd get home at like 10:30 at night. I'd go to bed, I'd turn off all the lights, and when I'd wake up the next morning, the lights are on. Like, all the lights are on in the living room, in the kitchen, in the hallway even, and I'm like, what the fuck? That's so weird. I was like, I could have sworn I turned it off, but I kind of shrugged it off. I was just like, I don't know. I get home, do the same thing, and then I remember turning off the lights, and then they'd be back on the next morning. It's so annoying. I was just like, what the fuck? And Dad wasn't home, so it wouldn't have been Dad. I'd leave for work, and he'd just be arriving home. Like, it's so weird.
Creepy.
Yeah.
He probably didn't.
And then one night, probably, somehow. Well, then one night, Logan was sleeping over. I don't think Dad was home. Yeah, he was working nights again because he was working on weekends too. And so me and Logan were sleeping, and in the middle of the night, it just got so fucking cold, and we wake up because the fire alarm's going off. Like, full on going off, and it's fucking freezing in the apartment.
Ew.
Yeah, like, the air had just, like, or the heater had just, like, turned off in the middle of the night. And just never went back on, and then it was just, like, going off. It creeped me out.
Creepy.
Oh, I just remember Ricky's house being creeps.
Oh, yeah.
And just...
I know, you tell me stories, I'm like, ooh.
Well, just anytime you'd sleep over, like, every night you would hear someone walking outside. Oh, yeah, her closet. But, like, you would always hear someone walking outside her bedroom door just all the time, and it was super creepy.
Oh, my God.
And her mom would always fucking play pranks on you, so you would live in paranoia anyway.
Like, oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I know. It was scary. And then we had, like, this one fucking mannequin and a Halloween mask. And that we would just place all over the house randomly, and we'd name her Martha.
Martha.
And we'd, like, scare everyone and just place her in, like, the closet or just...
That's my favorite. Logan's mom has, like, this creepy witch statue, and it's, like, just this creepy-ass witch, and one night we decided to, like, move her upstairs into their room while they were gone. And so we just waited for them to get home, and they turned on the light and they both screamed.
Is it one of those
funny.
Life-size giant?
Yes!
Ooh, that's fucking creepy.
Yeah, and she'd have it right in the door as soon as you'd walk in, and you're like, Jesus! Ah! She still has it. It's
there was
creepy.
a mechanical Santa at Home Depot today that scared the fuck out of me.
Why were you in Home Depot?
I was getting plants.
Oh.
I wanted some goddamn succulents.
Okay.
Get it. Got it.
Oh, speaking of that, I remember a funny story. These kids were playing soccer, and then the ball came over into our yard. And then they're like, hey, can we have it back? He's like, yep, go get it. And then he punts this son of a bitch, and it goes clear over the goddamn trees and into nowhere. It was the most spectacular thing I've ever seen. Didn't expect it from Dad. And they're like, oh.
They're like, thanks, asshole.
And Dad's probably just chuckling.
And I'm like,
he's probably like,
never seen a ball go so high in my life.
Oh, sales.
Like, oh,
The kids are like, oh, thanks.
Okay.
go. Play for the NFL. Oh, speaking of that, Ryan has me over when we watch the Steelers games.
Yeah,
When
they're
people
doing
ask
great
me-
right now.
I know. When people ask me, like, why are you a Steelers fan? I'm like, I don't know. Our
Yeah.
family's
Yeah,
always
because
been-
I
Football,
really
football,
don't know,
blah,
because they're
blah.
terrible. Except for right now, they're doing really okay.
They
Knock
are. They're
on
doing good
wood.
this year. Anyway, he invites me over, and he doesn't have cable, like the NFL package kind of thing. So he joins like this Facebook Steelers Nation thing. So what they do is they like put the camera in the back of the pointing at their TV, and then they're in there watching it. So like some of the channels we'd like flip to, or the people hosting it, they're like, "Oh yeah, go Steelers, yeah!" Woo!" And then Ryan's like, "Yeah, there's that." Anyway, he's like, "Let's see if we can find someone less noisy." And so we like go to this one lady. She's like, "Woo! Go Steelers! Woo! Go Steelers Nation! Woo!"
She's over there finger
And then I'm
blasting
like,
herself.
Let's do another one. I'm like, come on. And so there's this guy. He's like, "Woo! There you go! There you go! There you go! Woo!" And I'm like, God, you don't even have to get excited about the game. They do it for you.
Yeah.
I'm like, God.
That gives me enough energy to not
Anyway,
have
it
to
made
do
the games more exciting.
That is so...
But it's so fun. There you go. There you go.
Well, shit. I mean,
that's nice of them
I
to
know.
share,
It's Steelers Nation, Joe.
But the Steelers should know all their fans are broke. So if they could...
Not always.
Okay, not always, but most. I mean,
they've got the games televised, so how broke can they be? It's the NFL package.
all right.
Well, shut up. I don't know shit about shit.
Colton just hates.
Logan been watching.
Yeah, he has been. We watched the Steelers game the other night.
Okay, well, no one cares about football.
You're
I
right.
just wanted to share that story. I didn't want
It
to
was
go into
funny.
football.
Okay.
But it was hilarious. Like, they get way into it. I'm like, this is so great.
You know,
It gets me pumped up.
I might just give it a shot. If they're doing it, fuck.
Oh, I wanted to ask you. Did
What?
you steal my pepper?
You're chill. Out of all the things, your pepper.
Yeah.
Chill.
I've had your eyes on your tweezers.
Yeah, and you haven't stolen them
There's many
yet.
lotions you have here that I like, and you ask if I steal your pepper?
Yeah.
I didn't steal your pepper. I've got the greatest pepper at home.
Okay.
Chill.
Calm down.
What the? No one steals pepper.
I've got fresh, cracked pepper.
Yeah, okay, crackhead.
Chill, I remember one time we went over to, because you know how Mom had that friend, Debbie?
Yeah.
She,
Dad.
lived, 3 blocks down. Anyway, I called her because I knew Mom was there, and she's like, oh yeah, come over, bring Chel. I'm like, okay. So I got you ready, and...
How old was I?
Oh, so little.
Okay.
So, 5 maybe. Anyway, I made an attempt to do your hair, but I just sprayed it with hairspray. And anyway, I thought it was good. Anyway, we walk over there and we get there finally. And Mom touches your head, and it's totally a spray hair helmet. And she's like, oh, you did Chel's hair, and
Oh.
She's probably like, I'm gonna have to fucking wash this
I'm
out.
like, oh,
And I'm
that's
just
gonna
like,
take a half a bottle of shampoo to get a...
I feel like I had no
I think it was
hair
that
then.
cheap rave, the one that really stiffens up.
I feel like I had no hair then.
You had.
Oh, you
some.
did, because it made a helmet. So
There was enough.
there was enough.
Are you saying that because my hair's a helmet hair right now?
No, it's Amy Winehouse.
Well, it was. It's sad now. Amy Winehouse. Okay. Sorry, that's fucked up. She's iconic. Love Amy Winehouse.
I do like her
respect
songs, though.
She should have went to rehab, but...
She should have not said no. Not a Winehouse hater. I also love the shit.
Shut up.
We're all PMSing now. How about you? Tight.
We'll wrap up our spooky season.
We'll wrap up our spooky episode, but fuck it. We might just doze this into December because it's spooky.
Edit
Spooky
it, Chel.
season. Winter's coming.
Why? There's nothing wrong with taking in the spooky season.
Are you against the spooky season, Nick?
Yeah, I really do kind of hate Halloween.
Oh.
All right, you saggy bitch.
Well, now you're being a stupid, depressing bitch.
Yeah,
That's
and now we
true.
have to hang out with him. Anyways, we hope you have a great November. We'll be here soon. We've
I know.
got some ideas of brewing.
If-
Fuck. I'm Chel.
I'm Nick.
I'm Colton.
And you have been listening to Thoughts with Chel.
Sluts.